Another week and another announcing the announcement. I've been gone for a few weeks because life is life, and I have lots of other responsibilities that keep me away from here. And I was trying to do something weekly, but I just realized that that's not realistic. So I'm going to be more consistent, but consistency isn't defined by every week or every Monday or whatever. It's just making sure that I get back to this more often than I did before. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, if you guys have not seen the COVID community episode that Taylor, Gray, and I did on his new album, Find a Way to Smile Again, I suggest you do that ASAP. It is a great episode. It's also an hour and a half and took me a long time to edit. So please watch that. Again, it's amazing. Taylor's album is amazing. It's a real life glimpse into the process of grief. And it just so happens that the beats and rhymes just are also fire. And I'm also rapping on it too. That helps a lot. I've put out a couple of other videos, including one on dysfunctional communication that was really dope. I'm also looking into finding a space for a community to build, like a central location, something. I don't know yet. Still in the early stages of thinking through that. This week's schedule, this week's Clock Radio speakers, we are doing a versus What If. I am taking Jermaine Dupri, and Doc is taking the Trackmasters. We were gonna do So Def and Bad Boy, just with Puff and JD announcing that, but we already did Bad Boy and Death Row, so we would just be picking the same records. Let's do something else. Here's the big thing for this week's schedule. Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, I will be streaming, and I want to get into deconstruction. And it's become a lot of things, and I think it's been like politicized and manipulated into something that it wasn't at its core. When I'm talking about deconstruction as a Christian, I am simply talking about, I believed this about God, about Christianity, and now I'm not so sure anymore. For those of you who may or may not know, I was in ministry very intently for a good 10 years, and I left that ministry space about 4 years ago. And from that point, and even beforehand, I've been deconstructing everything that I believed to be true about Jesus. The absolute truth is that Jesus is Lord, right? That's never left. However, biblical interpretations, cultural expressions of the Christian faith, all of those things are on the table. And some blockages that I'm experiencing and walking through because of these things that I was taught that I believed to be of God, but it was more culture and maybe what people wanted. Not necessarily always malicious, but man, it just showed up in a lot of different ways. I don't really want to get too crazy, but I'm going to talk a lot. I'm going to share a lot of things. So that's this Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, ArmandWakeUp.com. Question of the week. Leave a comment on the YouTube. Do not reply to the email. What is an unpopular hill that you are 100% willing to die on? Because when I ask this question, I'm not about to sit up here and say, oh, yo, you believe this? What? You're crazy. Like, no. We all have unpopular opinions that we hold dear to. And a lot of reason why we don't share those things is because I don't feel like having to explain myself to mad people, particularly strangers. Like, I don't know you. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to see you guys Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. ArmandWakeUp.com. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you guys Wednesday.